I should be recording.
That might help. But yeah, flag detail, you have to be out there, obviously before the flag is raised at 6:30, and then you have to go back out before 5 to take it down. And it's like a whole ceremony and stuff, because you gotta march over there and you gotta inspect the flag, and then you gotta fold it up a certain way when it's time to take it down. All that stuff. Entire time in the military. Have not had to do that yet. Not out of it the entire time in TLA.
Hi folks, good afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, hi, thank you for coming. My name's Oz. I'm one of the park rangers here at Fort McHenry. What we're about to do is our flag change for the evening. At the Fort McHenry National Monument and Historic Shrine, they are required to have a U.S. flag flying over the forts at all times, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You might notice that a couple other days we have bigger flags. We have our garrison flag, 30 by 42 feet. Storm flag, 17 by 25 feet. You've got the smaller one, 10 by 14 feet today. We do that depending on the weather. If the wind's too high, that's not good for the mast of the flag. It's going to snap off because of the wind, because those big flags act like giant sails. If the wind is too low, those large flags might drop down and wrap around the flagpole. That's not good for the flag as well. Runs the risk of damaging it. So, yeah, we'll play by ear every morning. Because of the wind today, I've got a 10 by 14 flag. Now, for the folks who are on the know, you might know that during night, the U.S. flag has to be illuminated. So, on the sally port right here, the entrance that you just came through, we have solar panels. During the day, gives the energy, and then at night, pops lights on the flag. Keeps that flag illuminated 24 hours a day. So, if folks driving by I-95 late at night, that's where the light's coming from. Keeping the flag over Fort McHenry 24 hours a day was first brought in by President Truman back in 1948. As part of a presidential decree. I say a lot right now as to why we have the flag over 24 hours a day. The question is, why is this place significant? Why have a flag fly over here at all? Well, folks, the reason for that, the answer comes over 200 years ago, on the very ground that you're standing today. Going back to the War of 1812, a forgotten conflict. A lot of things are happening at once. It's a war that the United States is not doing so well. September of 1814. And if you folks were living in Baltimore during that time, you might have noticed one night in August, a few weeks prior, a bright orange glow. That was the nation's capital on fire after a disastrous battle between the British and the Americans. Come September, we'll have seen a bunch of British warships outside the mouth of the Inner Harbor, raining naval gunfire on the fort where we're standing. 25 hours pass by, up to 1,800 bombs and shells are going to hammer this site where you're standing. Throughout the whole night, the storm flag's going to be flying through the bombs, bursting in air, the heavy deluge of the rain. And then in the morning, the British warship's guns finally stop. All eyes are on Fort McHenry. Not just Francis Scott Key 4 miles out where the bridge stands today. Not only the British warships in the harbor wondering if they're going to do the job, but also the citizens of Baltimore hunkering down in their homes or hunkering at Hampstead Hill, where part of the earthworks are built to help defend the city of the 15,000 defenders, with their eyes on the fort, knowing that if Fort McHenry falls, Baltimore is next. So I want to take you folks just a moment, try to imagine being in their shoes over 200 years ago, seeing the storm flag come down that night in the morning, and then have the large 30 by 42 garrison flag brought up. Imagine what the British are feeling, all that hard work, all the bombardment, and nothing happened. Imagine the folks in Baltimore, knowing that Fort McHenry still stands, so does Baltimore. Well, folks, that's kind of my quick spiel as to why the flag is here 24 hours a day and the significance behind it. I'm a little rusty, but that's okay. We're all going to get through this. I'm sure you folks are done having me talk, so that's where the fun part begins. So what's going to happen next, my fellow colleagues and I, we're going to raise the 9x5 overnight flag and bring down the 10x14 flag. This is where the public, if you want, feel free to come in and help catch the flag. Do a couple of ground rules. Be careful when the flag comes down. If the flag touches the ground, it's not the end of the world. I would rather have it touch the ground than somebody get elbowed in the face trying to catch it. I don't want to file any paperwork today. Nobody wants to get hurt. So folks, if you wish, please gather around my colleagues, Rangers Seth and Angel. We'll slowly lower the flag down, and we'll catch the flag as my colleagues Daniel and Heidi will raise the flag for tonight. Folks all set? Good? Okay. Angel, Daniel, go ahead.